everybody has seen videos of it, read about it at this point. So I figured I might as well just get my little say in. And it wasn't like I waited for everybody to say what they was going to say, do what they was going to do. Because I don't need to do that, because I don't never say the same shit that any other motherfucker say anyway. But I am going to kind of say some of the same shit that I've heard some people say. They ain't going to get no credit on this motherfucker, because it wasn't like they said it before me. I thought the shit as soon as I saw the shit. I just chose not to say the shit right when I saw the shit. I got other shit going. And besides that, I already told y'all, I'm not a journalist. It's not my job to bring y'all the news. I just talk about what's out there. So whether I talk about this now or 6 weeks from now, it is what it is. It's going to be the BlackWatch. That's what this is. This is the BlackWatch. And if you did not know that, you know that now. And if it's your first time, subscribe, please. If it's not your first time, make sure that you share this video, like this video, put the word out. We ain't going nowhere now. I'm up over 80 doses now. All right? I'm up over 80 doses. I'm closer to 100 doses than I am to 0. And for all the motherfuckers that's still out there talking shit, have you put 80 doses together or 80 anything together? Keep popping that shit. I see you. You just really not on my scale to talk about just yet. But you will be. Well, yeah, I want to talk about the twerking in Texas. Because the twerking in Texas, a lot of people blaming the dancers. A lot of people blaming the DJ. A lot of people blaming the restaurant owner, the proprietor, the restaurateur. A lot of people blaming him. Rightfully so. It's his fault. It is his fault 100%. I know some of y'all like to say 1,000%. It's his fault. As long as there's at least 2 zeros behind the 1, it's his fault. It's not his fault 10%. It's his fault 100%. It's not his fault 1% and their fault 99. No, it's at least his fault 100%. You want to add some more zeros to it? That's your business. But the twerking in Texas went down because brother Kevin Kelly decided he wanted to have an upscale restaurant with a DJ. Now, I can tell you about upscale restaurants. I can tell you all kind of shit about upscale restaurants. I used to go to upscale restaurants before Frank robbed me. I used to go to upscale restaurants before COVID. I used to go to upscale restaurants. My first job was in a 4-star restaurant. You understand me? I've been around cultured culinary most of my life. Okay? He said he had an upscale restaurant. I don't know any upscale restaurants with DJs. Y'all know some upscale restaurants with DJs? Hit me off. Email, comment, whatever you want to do. Find me on another platform. Send me the link. I need to know where the upscale restaurants with DJs that play booty music. Let me know. Let a nigga know. I need to know who playing booty music in an upscale joint. Kevin Kelly said he had an upscale restaurant. And he had 75% black women as his clientele. And it's not that 75% of his clientele don't deserve an upscale environment, but he felt like they deserved a DJ. A DJ who plays booty music. And I'm sorry, but I'm old school, so I don't want to hear none of that shit. If I want to hear some booty music, it'll probably be listening to 2 Live Crew or some shit like that. 95 South, back in the day. Magic Mike, all them motherfuckers. I don't want to hear none of this new shit. It irritates my ears. It irritates my ears. But he hired a DJ to play booty music at his upscale eatery. Now, I think if you have an upscale eatery and you consider yourself highfalutin, top-notch, top shelf, you might have an overhead PA system that's going to cost you a pretty penny. Oh yeah, it's going to cost a pretty penny. And not only that, you'll have individual volume controls for your upscale clients who don't want to hear everybody else's music at the same decibel level. They may need to shut it down so they could be able to govern their decibel with a volume control in their booth. That's upscale. Overhead sound. You want to go really upscale, you can allow them to change their format. But Kevin ain't got that kind of restaurant. Kevin got the kind of restaurant where you can put in a plug-and-play system with the DJ who's already bringing in his 3-4 foot monitors and gonna blow it up with some booty music. And what's Kevin's afternoon track gonna be at brunch? Roll that ass in a circle. And I'll tell you, he had a couple people that could throw some asses in some circles. There were some ladies out there throwing that ass in some circles. And there was also some mini refrigerator-shaped ass women that they wasn't really throwing it in a circle. They was more or less like throwing it in a rectangle. You know, throwing it in a square. Not really throwing it in a circle. And with that being said, Kevin should have known the point that his DJ put on, throw that ass in a circle, he didn't really have an upscale joint. But he said he had an upscale joint. That's what he said. Now, I've been to a lot of upscale joints. This is way, way, way before Frank robbed me. This is way, way, way before COVID. Been to a lot of upscale joints. But I never been to an upscale joint that had Hennessy wangs. You know it's in Texas, it ain't wings. They wangs. Did you ever hear of anybody having Hennessy wangs on their upscale menu? Kevin had Hennessy wangs. Not had, he still got them. Because he's an upscale joint that's still doing business. He's still doing business with his Hennessy wangs. Having Hennessy wangs ain't a bad thing. But Kevin also has watermelon drinks. Everybody knows the connotation of watermelon and black people. Kevin did say that his clientele is 75% black women. Maybe that's why he put the Hennessy wangs on the menu. Maybe that's why he put the watermelon drinks on the menu. See, Kevin flipped it. He creative. Kevin flipped it on us. We usually eat our watermelon and drink our Hennessy, but he got us eating our Hennessy and drinking our watermelon. Kevin's a G, and the G is for genius, or just overall good guy who don't like twerking in his eatery on Sunday afternoon when his DJ puts "Throw That Ass" on a circle. He don't like that. Now, I'm not saying Kevin should like it. I'm just saying that if you hire a DJ, you know what that DJ's about. Kevin probably seen that DJ somewhere else playing "Throw That Ass" in a circle. He probably seen that DJ getting it hyped. He was like, I need that for my joint. I'm gonna hire this nigga for my shit. And Kevin hired that nigga. And he came in there and he put his turntables up. And he came in there, and they really ain't got turntables nowadays. They all got computers and shit hooked up to a mixer. It look like turntables, but it don't really be a turntable. So he ain't really bringing in crates and crates and crates of records no more. Nobody does that anymore. Couple of real DJs still. DJ G Nice does it. But a lot of motherfuckers don't do it. Most motherfuckers just got the computer and shit. They got all their music on the computer. DJ Chill Will, he still got records. You know. But anyway, Kevin didn't like the twerking fair going on up in his establishment. So he came over not once, not twice, but 3 times. And the 3rd time is where he lost his motherfucking mind. Because that's when he started dropping F-bombs on the black lady, black women. Can't really say they were displaying ladylike behavior. So they were black women, okay? Thankfully, we didn't have no black men out there twerking. I know that's become a thing with y'all brothers. Some of y'all brothers like to get out there and twerk. Like to put your pussy in the air. I'm glad you did it. That day. True might have a day where brothers do go up in there and twerk. Get all up in there and you with your skinny jeans on and yeah, I get it. I don't, but you know, I understand. It's 2020. About to be 21. 21, get here. Please, get here. 2020's been a bitch. We got people twerking over Hennessy Wangs and watermelon lemonade. And Kevin got upset and told him he didn't even need their money. You done said that your clientele is 75% black. You cater to black people. Because if it's 75% black women, 25% of it's going to be black men. So you have a black establishment. How do I know Kevin's establishment was a black establishment, not just a lot of black people go there? Number 1, I knew it was a black establishment because Kevin had Hennessy Wang. Number 2, Kevin had drinks named after watermelon. And number 3, how did I know Kevin had a black joint? Not an upscale joint, but a black joint. Kevin had a DJ. I've been to a lot of restaurants in my life. I'm fat. Y'all know I done ate at some restaurants. This ain't all McDonald's and Wendy's and shit. Ate at some good shit. Ate some good food in my life. None of those places had DJs. And they were all considered, whether they said so or not. See, that's another thing about white establishments. They usually don't have to tell you that they're an upscale establishment. You know. Oh, nigga, you know. You know they upscale. You know. You know. Yeah. But a black restaurant, if they upscale, they got to let you know they upscale. You might see fine dining on white restaurants because they just want to let you know. Fine dining sometimes mean they want you to have a sport coat on, or they might want you to have full-length pants on, something like that. Just to kind of let you, just a little that nudge. Don't come up here looking like you just got out to court. Just a little nudge. But if it's an upscale restaurant, what's that mean for you, Kev? Upscale restaurant, that means they got to have clean Air Force Ones on. Can't bring in no dirty Air Force Ones. I mean, you got a DJ. Do you do a DJ in no gym shoes? Let me know. No hats? I mean, you want ladies throwing that ass in a circle, but you don't want no brothers with no hats or no hats to the back. That's funny when they let you wear a hat, but then they say you can't wear it backwards because that means something. That just means I turn my hat around. But I've been in places like that where no baseball hats turn backwards. You know who you normally see with baseball hats turned backwards? White dudes. Black people like you to see the front of their shit. They want you to see what's coming. The bill and all that shit, make sure it's crispy and everything. You don't see a lot of black dudes on a global scale with their hat on backwards. That's usually a white dude thing. I played baseball. I'm comfortable with wearing my hat on backwards. A lot of people don't like their wearing their hat on backwards. It's really not a black thing, but they've turned it into a black thing. I've even heard say like, you know, that's the way gangs signal each other with their hats turned on backwards. Are you fucking kidding me? Gangs signal each other like with having guns and shooting at each other. They can talk all that rival color shit they want to. They know who. Everybody step up in that bitch with Levi's on. They're gonna know who's who. Fuck out of here. If your hat's turned on backwards, that could signal gang activity. No, just, I don't want my bill in my face. Whatever. So yeah, this shit was all Kevin's fault. I mean, I get that he came over once, and I get that he came over twice, and I get that he came over 3 times, but that's when he should have been like, 3rd time's the charm, lady. I asked you to, I gotta ask you to leave. And then took care of it like a G. Took care of it like a real G. I'm gonna take care of your tab, ladies. We can get you some boxes, even get you some extra bread. And you know what? We're not only gonna get you some extra bread, we're gonna get you some garlic butter. We know you like that garlic butter with the bread. Yep. If you're gonna be all stereotypical about it, be all stereotypical about it. Get them some extra bread, because you know they're gonna ask for extra bread when they ask for their doggy bags. Get them their bread, get them their butter, get them the fuck out your joint. But you didn't do that. You came over and got to cussing. Why you get to cussing, Kev? It ain't they fault they twerk, just like it ain't your fault the DJ played throw that ass in a circle. But it is your fault that the DJ threw that ass in a circle. Because you hired that DJ. And it is their fault that they twerked. Because you shouldn't be twerking in no goddamn restaurant. Sunday afternoon, I know some kids had to be there. You know some kids, people had their kids out. You know, what do kids need you throwing your big ass up in the air for? That's an after 10 joint. You don't even play that joint before 10 o'clock. You make sure all the kids are at home. Lack of discretion by the DJ. Kevin and the DJ fucked up there. You fucked it up for any kids that were in that environment, and you fucked up because you just shouldn't be playing it. Old people could have been in there. You want to protect the old ears and the young ears. That's what you want to do. You want to protect the old people and the young people. If you're going to protect anybody, you protect the young and you protect the old. Kevin just tried to protect his pockets. He failed to join up. They didn't look like they were socially distanced, sitting all amongst each other, didn't have no mask on. Kevin had his mask on every time he walked up to the ladies, and then he pulled it down. That was some ass backwards shit. I would think you have your mask all the way down, and then when you have to go deal with clientele, you pull it up. But Kevin did the opposite. He pulled his mask down when he encountered them. When he engaged with them, he pulled his mask down. Look at the video. I already told you, this ain't all technically fit. But what it is, it's factually fit. Kevin pulled his mask down to talk to the women, to address the women. Why didn't he pull his mask up? Little ass backwards. That means Kevin was nervous. He was nervous talking to them black women. He was nervous that he had to go over there and tell them they needed to stop twerking a 3rd time. He came over there congenial the 1st time. He came over there congenial the 2nd time. Dropping his mask. But when he came out there that 3rd time, Kevin was like, y'all can get the fuck out. I mean, why'd he take so long? If I see you twerking once, and then I come back and like, you know what, ladies, I'm about to ask you to leave. We don't even have to get to 3 strikes. Fuck 3 strikes. I asked you once, you got your ass back up there, now it's a liability for me. Now you gotta go. And you say that with some tact. You don't say that in a menacing way. You say that with some tact. You don't say that in an insulting way, in an embarrassing way. Motherfucker, I'm trying to get in the goddamn joint. I'm not sure exactly what you're doing, because you're taking up the enter and exit spot. Thank you. He's like, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna give you a signal. For one, you can't see me, asshole. Why were you taking up the enter and exit spot? Maybe because you can't fucking drive? You think I trust to pull in? You might just fucking hit it, dickhead. Trying to tell y'all, Kevin fucked up all the way around with this one. He fucked up all the way around, and he didn't want to admit that he fucked up all the way around. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. Everybody's talking about the ladies, and everybody's talking about, that's Kevin's fault. This is all Kevin's fault. Absolutely. It's all Kevin's fault. All of it. And if it wasn't Kevin's fault, sorry about that. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, it's all Kevin's fault. Until people realize how to act in both situations. Kevin says he has an upscale place, but he's got a DJ, so it's not an upscale place. Kevin says he has an upscale place, but he sells Hennessy wangs and watermelon lemonade with liquor. If you got an upscale joint, certain things aren't done and said in an upscale joint. But Kevin didn't do that. Kevin didn't put himself in a position to really have an upscale joint with a DJ playing Throw That Ass in a Circle. And just so y'all know, I did this whole clip without mentioning Roland Martin. I'm not done with Roland yet. I just had to get this out. Oh, I'm going to talk about Roland and his Twitter crypts some more. Oh, yes. They be on some slick shit. But see, I'm not here to clout chase. And all I did was ask a question and wanted an answer. And I got insulted. I didn't get insulted to the point where my feelings were hurt. I got insulted to the point where I was just insulted. Don't insult my intelligence. Don't insult my ignorance. And definitely don't underestimate my petty. We supposed to be all striving for the same thing, but I know y'all ain't striving for the same thing because y'all looking for gigs. Y'all need to lock in with the Democratic Party. I need to lock in with my party. And my party is black folks. That's why it's the BlackWatch. I'm a black man. And I watch shit. And I'm watching you, Rolly. I'm watching you. And all your cronies. Dr. Ava, April Ryan. You got your little clique. Brother Carr is, Dr. Carr is a real cool dude. I done seen who he really is off of Roland. I'm glad, because I had only ever really dealt with him on Roland before. But I've seen who he is off Roland. I dig Dr. Carr. Other cats, I don't know. Scott, the attorney, he's decent too. But you got something that's just, they just sliding with Rolly. They cha-cha sliding with Rolly. And he get into doing his, his alpha thing. He put his pinkies out and all that. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, dog. I know you got Ice Cube's phone. Why don't you call him? Why don't you try to get him back on the show? Don't bring Alicia Garza on. Bring Patrice Cullors so she can talk about how she pulled a power move on BLM. Give me that shit. This mine. She deboed BLM. Deboed it. We'll talk about that. Alicia Garza said, I'm a co-founder. Give me that shit. You ain't nothing. I run this. I run this here. You just live here. Patrice Cullors just pulled a gank move. All the chapters out here, they dry, bone ass dry. Ain't getting no money from BLM, nothing. They gotta pay for their signs, shit. Gotta pay for their t-shirts and shit. Go to the pro shop, buy y'all shit. We ain't giving you nothing. Black Lives Matter. But we need some help with this, strategizing, organizing, this, that. Go to our website. Get the fuck out of here. Black Lives Matter. Can we get a guest speaker to come here, and talk here, and you pay for this, to put your own fundraisers together, GoFundMe's, Cash Apps, whatever you're doing. We're not sending you shit. Black Lives Matter. That's the way it is right now. Patrice is the boss, the unadulterated boss. And she said, I'm not just an executive anymore. I'm the executive over everything. Against the chapters, against the other board members. Yeah. She pulled a power move somehow. I don't know how she did it. Hostile takeover. Hostile takeover in BLM. But y'all want Ice Cube to be a part of that. Ice Cube's not going to be a part of it. And O'Shea Jackson's not going to be a part of it, which is even better. Treat him like a businessman. Call him by his real name. Stop calling him by his stage name. He ain't on stage right now. Y'all on stage. That's you, Rolly. You on stage. You performing. You dancing the jig. You can't wait to interview Kamala, the VP. What's up, sis? Yeah, you could have just answered the question and moved the fuck on. Or you could have left it alone. But no, you chose to dig. You chose the clout chase. You chose to show me your Rolodex. I got his number. I can call him if I want to talk to him. I got his number, nigga. Yeah, okay. I know you got Cube's number. You got a lot of people's numbers, Rolly. But you don't use them. You don't use them. Staunch Democrats will lose over the next 4 years because you'll start to understand what a centrist office you put in play. Don't worry about all the other cabinet members and shit. Don't worry about the cabinets in the cupboards. They're all Barack's people. All people that's been around. They just elevating them. Everybody getting elevated except Simone Sanders. She got demoted. How you gonna be working for the president and then go down to the vice president? You working your way out the door, nigga. You supposed to go from working for the vice president to the president and then wherever. You went from the president to the vice president. Your next job might be, I don't know who you're gonna be working for. UPS is hiring. It's a BlackWatch. If you ain't subscribed by now, I don't know what you're doing here. If you have, one love.